The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some independent OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to healthy living and weight loss will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. In addition, this audio may contain income or earnings representations of some independent OPTAVIA coaches. OPTAVIA makes no guarantee of financial success. Success with OPTAVIA results from successful sales efforts, which requires hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. Please see the OPTAVIA income disclosure statement for statistics on actual earnings of coaches under the U.S. compensation plan, which differs from the international compensation plan. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
Okay, we got the new recording going and we're excited to be with you all this evening. So I am Meghan Cody.
I'm Sean Cody.
And we are so excited to jump with you into inspiring stories of transformation and to share a little bit of what is possible in this amazing community. We have had such an awesome transformation ourselves in this community. Some of you have gotten to hear it. We even shared it earlier tonight on our Habits of Health call we just wrapped up. But for recording's sake, I will share a little glimpse before we jump into some other people's stories. So for us, 7 years ago, our life looked totally different. And then in came OPTAVIA. It has been for us so many things, but I want to keep it short. This has been a tool that has ushered us into better health in our body, and our mind, our thinking, our finances, and our relationships. And we joined a community primarily because I was at home with our first son and was looking for a way to connect with people and have adult interaction during nap time. I wanted community and purpose and some sort of work I could do from home. And I was passionate about health. And little did I know that we had just made one of the best decisions of our life. And we joined a community that taught us massively how to create long-term health and well-being. And also we joined a community that taught us about personal development, about growing, about taking responsibility for ourselves. I went on to do our nursing moms plan, and that was so fun to experience that. And we just never looked back from there.
Yeah, it's been, the craziest thing is hearing you say that it's been 7 years being a part of this community. I don't think we had any idea what was in store for us when we were invited in and we said, yes, let's give this a shot. Why not? And then to see all of the lives changed as a result. And I shared on the previous call that, I was at a healthy place in my weight, but I certainly had habits that were putting me on a trajectory to not be at a healthy place, way-wise or in any other way. But thanks to the community, Dr. A's Habits of Health system, all 4 components. I'm very thankful to say that trajectory is now on the path towards maintaining lifelong transformation and longevity.
Yep, absolutely. And so we're excited to share some other people's stories tonight because we're just one perspective here. And I want to say, if you're a guest on tonight, so you're not a client or a coach yet, just kind of hold this openly and with curiosity, because I actually remember getting on a call like this 6 years ago and being like, what are these people about? I'm just being honest. I'm skeptical by nature. And what I found was so many kind, endearing, wonderful people who just cared genuinely for people. And it's been an amazing journey ever since then. So just hold it openly and think to yourself, hey, what could be possible for me, or what piece of their story might resonate with me? So before we get to any of the details of all that's possible with OPTAVIA, although I don't know how we'll just sum that up in 30 minutes, but I want to start us off with our stories, because I think stories are powerful and way more powerful even than information. We'll get to the information, but why don't we first jump over, or up, I should say, to Michigan, to our dear friend, Julie Bolt. Okay, you guys get to see Julie's transformation photo. Oh my gosh, just like amazing changes. It has been such a joy to be a part of her support team and watching her transform her physical health, her mental, but also even the business piece and the financial health with coaching and assisting others. So Julie, would you share with us a little bit of your story for the listeners who are tuning in tonight?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me, because I love sharing my story and I love hearing other people's stories. To set the scene, I was 55 years old. I was overweight and I had a sedentary job working at a desk. And the job was good, but I was really lacking fulfillment and joy. I was just going in the morning, going home at the end of the day, and that was my life. I felt like I was just literally surviving life. I wasn't really living life like it was meant to be. Um, but I thought, rather than dwelling on all of that, I knew that there was one area that I could have some control over, and that was my own health. Some friends of mine shared their story with me, and I was so inspired. And not only was I inspired, but I was really hopeful that that could happen for me as well. And so I said yes. I made that decision for myself, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did. I lost 75 pounds and feel amazing, as you can imagine, losing 75 pounds, all the things that go along with being on this health journey. And then I just decided, it was time for that change. And people started noticing. They weren't only noticing my physical transformation, but they were also noticing that I just was a happier person. I was going to more social gatherings. I was being more visible and vocal, and they just like, wow, what is happening to you? I love this. And they wanted to join me. So I made another decision, and that was to coach them and show them how to get started, to celebrate all their victories with them, and to just, share recipes. And oh my gosh, we're just having so much fun doing this. And then their friends and family wanted to join. And it was just this ripple effect from there. And I was just loving every minute. It's like, this is the passion and joy and fulfillment that I was missing. I didn't know what I was missing until I found it. And so then I made yet another decision. And that decision was like the biggest life-changing decision that I've ever made. And that was for me to retire early at the age of 56. I decided I'm going to be a health coach full time. I've never looked back. It is giving me so many blessings, the biggest blessings in my life outside of my family. I have time freedom to do things. My husband and I have actually traveled more in the last 3 years than we have in the last 20 combined. So that's been huge for us. I love it. We have flexibility in our schedules. We get to decide what goes in on our day. We decide what days we're going to, be busy doing my coaching, and other times when I need to be more present with my family. So that flexibility alone is worth gold to me. Another thing that's huge in our life right now is I'm going to be a first-time grandma. September 3rd. And not only, obviously, that's a huge blessing, but I get to be a present grandma. I get to enjoy all the things that grandmas get to do, and I don't feel like I'm going to miss a minute of that. So I don't even know how else to describe this other than I get to work from anywhere. I'm literally sitting in our lake home right now because we can enjoy being at the lake while I'm coaching, and everything fits because I get to decide. And maybe you can tell in my voice, I'm really passionate about this because I love it. And this is literally the life I used to sit at my desk and dream about. And here I am. So thank you guys so much for letting me share. I appreciate it.
Oh, Julie, thank you so much. The story's incredible. And I hope that you take a minute just to go back and read through all the comments. Please, it's going to make your day.
Yeah, so cool. And such a, as you guys can see, amazing transformation. Aging backwards. I love it. Okay, we're going to jump over to our dear friends, Erica and Drew. Different season of life. Wait, I love this community because I feel like it's for everyone. That's what I've seen over time. Julie getting ready to be a first-time grandma and getting to retire early, going to Drew and Erica with young kiddos and entrepreneurs. And so very, very cool how this just fits into so many people's lives. So Drew and Erica, I want to go ahead and invite you to come on and just share a little bit of your experience in this community and how it's been impacting your world.
Drew and Erica, you might be muted.
You can unmute yourself. Okay, we might
not have.
Yeah, we might have a technical difficulty going on right in this second. So why don't we go on and we can chat a little about this and we'll see if we can go back to them since that's going on.
Yeah, so before we go on, let's give a little bit of the story behind OPTAVIA. So who are we? So we're just a company committed to providing solutions, creating health for everyone around the world. And there are over 30,000 OPTAVIA coaches. Here we have a picture of our co-founder. You know him as Dr. A, the author of The Habits of Health. And our mission is simply to offer the world lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. And what's amazing is that we're backed by an amazing parent company, Medifast, who's been in the business for over 30 years, and a pretty amazing reward in 2017. We were listed in Forbes magazine as one of America's most trustworthy companies. So, to date, there have been over 1 million lives impacted thanks to OPTAVIA and the work that we're doing. So,
yeah, there's just been amazing transformation for people in this community. And I love that they have so many resources for total transformation. It's not just weight loss, right? Like that's the history of it.
So it's so key to know why is today such an important time, such an amazing opportunity to be a coach. And really, it's a great time to be a coach, unfortunately, because of what's going around in the world today. Unfortunately, worldwide obesity has nearly tripled since 1975 in, 45 years. Most of the world's population lives in countries where more people die, unfortunately, from being overweight and the diseases that come from that than from people who are underweight and malnourished. And specifically to America, almost a third of adults who have partners, that's 31%, report that money is a major source of conflict in the relationship. And, that just shouldn't be. 69% of workers are stressed over their finances, with 72% admitting that finances causes them worry at work.
Yeah, big statistics, but we get to come in with an amazing 4-component system with this community that, I always feel heavy when I share those a little bit, but stick with us because this community provides a lot of options and you get to choose what pieces plug in for you. So with the 4 components, number 1, you have your independent OPTAVIA coach, or maybe you might choose to become a coach. You might even feel like, I don't know if I could be a coach. You might have just heard Julie's story and seeing her transformation. Julie did not think of herself as a health coach when she was 70 plus pounds overweight, but as she started having small wins, she started to dream a little more. And as she was dreaming at her desk, she awakened because of this community to what was a option for her and what was possible. And you guys, like Julie was that person that wasn't there a few years ago. I never dreamed of the life we've created. And these systems and definitely working hard, but working these systems and using them has created major change. So you're an independent coach, or you might choose to coach. Number 2, the Habits of Health transformational system that is there to give you all the knowledge you need. We actually just had a community time learning about that. So helpful. We have this amazing community. This is community right now happening. We do this a few times a week through some different platforms. And so if you like this a little bit and you're like, hey, I like these people, they're real, they share their stories. Like sometimes tech things go awry and they figure it out and keep going. Like it's all right, it's a community here. And then we have our amazing fuelings and our nutrition plans that you get to rock for your health journey, and your coach is gonna be able to help you with what's gonna be the best fit for you. Awesome. Okay, so what we offer with the Trilogy of Optimal Health, it's a 3-piece system. So we just shared our 4 components for when a new client is coming in of what we're working on for their macro habit, those small little habits and those long-term habits. But there's actually 3 pieces that make up OPTAVIA that make it really, really unique. So we have healthy mind, healthy body, and healthy finances. It's a 3-part system. Oftentimes when people come to OPTAVIA, they just focus on the healthy body at first. That's very normal. That is where a lot of people come into this community at first. And then as they hang out around here with all the coaches and the clients and get the community vibe, people often start to realize like, well, if I can take control of my body, could I also take control of my mind through using like this life book and there are other tools? When you start taking control of your mind, could I take control of changing some aspects of my life? Like Julie just shared, what would that look like for me? Sometimes I find myself sitting at my desk dreaming about creating that change. Could I make those changes in my life? And so our community of coaches, we're striving not only to improve these areas of our life, but also improve the lives that we connect with all the time. So your coach is there to assist you, whether you're a client or a guest, and you might choose to assist other people too.
You know, and not just is healthy body the way that most people commonly come into OPTAVIA and get introduced, but frankly, it may be a challenge to maintain total balance in one area without also being healthy in the other, right? It can be a challenge to maintain a healthy body without the finances for the healthcare and healthy food that we need. How can we have healthy finances if we are unhealthy and have to pay for the sick care that the system is? And if we don't have a healthy body, are we really as healthy in our mind and as stress-free or low stress as we would like to be for longevity?
Yeah, we believe there's a better way. So the benefits of becoming an OPTAVIA coach, there are a lot of different benefits. Like I shared at the beginning of this, we were not looking for a long list of benefits. I was looking to connect with some humans during my kiddo's nap time. And then you heard all the way to Julie, who was looking for a different option as she went into a new season of life. But some of the benefits of becoming a coach is to reinforce your decisions to be healthy. This is going to help you. I can't remember the exact number, but there was a statistic that was floating around for a long time saying that if you're coaching, that you are probably about 4 to 5 times more likely to maintain your healthy weight and to optimize, because it's just straight up accountability, you guys. Like you are accountable in a different way when you're assisting other people in a really beautiful way. Number 2, you can pay it forward to make a difference. You only are compensated and get rewarded as a coach if you are helping change someone's life and helping them get healthy. So you are making a difference for people in their world. It's really fun and rewarding. I had no idea the community that we're laughing a little if you're listening to this on the podcast, but because we had no idea how much fun and honestly the friendships we would make. Some of our best friends in this community that we didn't even know 7 years ago. It's crazy. The compensation it's an amazing comp plan. It's so generous. It's so well thought out. I will just share that, and then you can feel free to look at that for yourself too, because that piece, again, we're skeptical by nature, both of us. That's a fun combo. And we fell in love with how the compensation plan was so fair and rewarded well, and really the way that I feel like in a way that is very integrous. And I feel is blazing the path actually for a new way of treating people well in the workplace. Honestly, it's based off of the currency of goodwill, and you get to fulfill financial needs and goals as you are working. Obviously, we can't promise you anything. You're gonna have to do the work and connect with people and show up, but there's amazing possibility in this community, and you get to leave a legacy. That is so profound. You get to leave a legacy to your family. You also get to leave a legacy with all the people that you impact. I mean, 6 years ago, I had my focus only on a couple people, and that's beautiful and great, but I didn't realize that I could help those couple of people, my family and a few friends, and that I could and be actually an even better mom. That's the crazy thing. I didn't have to sacrifice, become an even better mom, an even better wife to this community, and then go impact thousands of other people, many who I'd never even met. It's nuts what you can do.
I mean, the crazy thing is there's just so many good reasons, right? You know, maybe one of these really sticks out and stands out to you, but there are so many reasons why this could be a decision that really changes your life. And you know, I see that one fun and rewarding, and it just makes me think of Julie, who shared earlier, who made the decision to health coach full time. But like she said, she's traveled more in the last few years than she has in most of, I think, the last 20 years. Right?
That's even minus all the traveling she hasn't probably gotten to do in the past few months.
So she's having a fun time, enjoying life with her husband and family, while also getting the rewards of coaching people. So I think we have good news about who's able to rejoin us now.
Yes. Okay, Erica and Drew, can you turn on your video and unmute? I know we were having some technical issues, and I believe you're back now.
We are back. Sorry.
Yay! Okay, we are so excited to introduce our dearest friends. You guys, if you jump into this, you might be surprised. Some of your dearest friends will be probably joining you on their health journeys, or maybe even coaching in the future. It's pretty cool. But I'm going to hand it over to you guys to share a little bit of your health transformation and why you chose to start coaching after really thinking about it for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for having us share. It took a long time for me to swallow my pride for my health journey, to jump in. I was an athlete my whole life through college, played football in college, and thought, you know, I know how to eat, I know how to exercise, I can do this. We as a family, Erica really fed us well. We ate whole foods, we ate nutrient dense foods, but I couldn't seem to lose that football weight, and each year just kept gaining 5 pounds and 5 pounds, and psoriasis came with a vengeance. Energy was in the tank, and I finally swallowed the pill and said, fine, I need help. And what I ended up doing was reaching out, and long story short, I was on plan 3 months, lost 40 pounds, and lost probably 100, 150 pounds mentally from the mental and emotional work that came along with it. I gained my energy back. I don't remember if I said that or not, but I used to be a couch dad. Get home from work, I'm exhausted after a long day, sit on the couch, kids are playing, they're wanting me to engage, and I sit on the couch like, yeah, good job. Get that book. That's a good thing. Let's read. Reading's good. It also means I don't have to move. So, but now I'm able to engage with my kids, roll around on the floor with them. Erica's excited. I actually do the dishes now a little bit more proactively. So that's a positive side effect, non-scale victory, you could say. So being on plan with OPTAVIA, I've really changed as a person. I've loved it.
Yeah, it has been so awesome for us, because when Drew started and became a client, pretty soon after that, I was like, wow, this is different. There's a lot of things out there, but this was just different for us. It's like, we need to coach this and help other people. I would love to help our friends and family be a part of this. And so for me, coming from a background where I didn't have a weight loss journey, weight loss story, I have had a health journey, but I came into it not having that. And it was funny because I came in thinking like, oh, I'm going to come and help people. But I myself grew so much in my own health in the times that we've, since we started coaching. I had no idea. Like Sean and Megan were talking about, the community that we're a part of that really has helped me go to the next level in my health. All the habits that we coach, because we don't just coach to healthy weight management, we coach to other things. And some people think I've got my weight management down, I'm good, but there's so many other habits that we can grow in, and coaching really allows you to be in a community that supports that. And that was powerful for me, especially coming from a background where I had the nutrition in check, but maybe not the other things. And that was just a really neat thing. And so now being a part of this coaching community, it has changed our marriage. It has changed us as parents to be with other people who truly care more than just that weight management piece. And then it has been amazing to help others in their health. I wake up every day and I love doing it. It is it is one of the most rewarding things I've done because people's lives transform, and it is really neat. And we get to do it with our friends, and then we get to have new friends that we get to join alongside. And the income has been really fun to just be able to have that and be able to have that income and have that be a part of our lives and be able to travel and be able to do the things we want has been very freeing for me as a mom, that I don't have to have a full-time nanny or have my kids in childcare, that I don't have to leave the house for 8 or 9 hours a day to still have an income. I didn't really realize that would be possible. And now it's just a really fun thing that we get to do. Also that we get to really create an income for our family. So so that's a little bit of our journey.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for sharing. I love hearing, I'll never get tired of hearing your story or any of our friends' stories. It's just so incredible to hear the change, and you guys, to see that change in someone's life is so rewarding. And one really neat piece I have to say too of Erica is that as she found OPTAVIA, she did have to think about it for a while, but then realizing how different it was, and when her husband did it, she was like, okay, this is special. Like, I've seen all these things, this is special, and now they're helping so many people.
Yeah, and you, Megan, while you're sharing that, we had this up on the screen, just answering some questions of how does it work to be a coach, and there are so many items here. Just starting with, it's a relational model. We're focused on the people that we're in this community with. People come first. It's about them. And
as they've probably heard tonight.
Yep, a little bit. Right? Being able to be self-employed, independent, answering to a boss. You're setting your own schedule, right? So full-time, part-time, anytime opportunity, very little to start and run your business. And it's flexible. As you heard earlier, you can do it from anywhere that you have your phone. No quotas, a monthly purchase required, and more training and support than really you could possibly ask for, both in personal growth, but also to help support yourself on your health journey and your clients.
Yep, absolutely. So OPTAVIA coach support, it's pretty neat. I'm going to go through these, and the person who invited you on can share more. But there's a comprehensive training system. We have a system where there's steps. You won't be going, okay, great, I decided to become a coach and I care about people. What in the world do I do? No. We have a whole system. We will give you steps. There's a whole learning platform, and your business coach is there to help you along the way too. You will learn as you earn. That was one of the most attractive things to me, was I got to, apprenticeship style is really the way I look at it, is I got to learn while assisting people and instantly jump into a job. That was incredible to me. You get to work with a business coach, and you have a mentorship team. You have a whole group of people that want to support you. And then we have fun calls like this where we do coach training. So many resources are available to you. We employ team coaching. So we get to apprentice with you, as you grow, and we're going to be there showing you each step of the way. I kind of already touched on that, but that just means you have a support team helping you in your coach journey. And you get to work at your own pace. Can I just say, in a world where I feel like there's a lot of pressure, in a world where, if I can be so bold as to say, there's a lot of things in sales world out there where there's pressure to perform. And genuinely OPTAVIA is not like that, and that was one of the most attractive things to me. I got to really connect with people and work at my own pace, and that actually empowered me to want to help even more people. And so you get to work at your own pace. Your coach is always, I always say it this way, you're going to have a course. Your coach will set the course for you because they've been around it and they know the tracks, and they're going to say go here and then go here. You get to set your pace on the course, though. It's awesome. And then you get to choose. Like there's no there's regional trainings, there's national trainings, there's all sorts of training events. Right now, we don't have a lot of in-person, but we have so many awesome things online, and we can't wait till we can be back together.
Yeah, I love that work at your own pace. So many people faced in the last few months, children home from schooling, and the opportunity to be able to work at your own time and be able to center your life around what matters most made such a significant difference in their mental health at a time when that was at a premium.
Absolutely. So as we're wrapping up, we want to invite you to join this mission, or take that next step in considering it with your coach and talking with them. They are not going to pressure you. They're going to have an open conversation with you. They want to hear your goals and if this would be a fit for you. What I always say of coaching is, if you have a care for people and you have integrity, you can coach. That's just my little line. If you have a care for people and you have integrity in your heart, you can coach. And then you get to grow it from more. If you have even more skill sets, great. You get to use those. You get to do what you want with it and help even more people and help us create just a world of more health and well-being. And so as we finish up tonight, I just want to say to you, I know that you have had probably a lot of things you've heard tonight, and you have heard some really awesome stories that might have really inspired you or made you go like, wow, I love that too. I want to invite you into thinking on what could your story look like. You heard people's stories that literally were in your shoes just a few years ago, thinking and wondering like, what could my story be? If you stepped into the process, what could your story be? How could you change the trajectory of your health? How could you change the trajectory of other people's lives, possibly through coaching? You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know everything. It's apprenticeship style. Your coach will help you. That's really the only question you need to ask is, would I be open to that? And how could my life look different if I partnered with my coach and in this community?
That's great. So with that, we're just going to wrap up for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great evening. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some independent OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. In addition, this audio may have contained income or earnings representations of some independent OPTAVIA coaches. OPTAVIA makes no guarantee of financial success. Success with OPTAVIA results from successful sales efforts, which requires hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. Please see the OPTAVIA income disclosure statement for statistics on actual earnings of coaches under the U.S. compensation plan, which differs from the international compensation plan. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.